This is Bofades, and he is stuck in ZF until he earns 1,000,000 gold from this dungeon and this dungeon alone. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the series where Bofades is stuck in ZF until he earns 1,000,000 gold. Today's episode is going to cover runs 121 through 130. Before we start, let's see how we did overnight. Well, yo, 49k. What's Grand Shoulders of the Aurora? Grand Shoulder. Those are green, right? That's a green. Yeah, Grand Shoulders. And the median price is 126, so I did sell it under market. Yo, I don't care. That's a big sell. 47k on a green. Take that all day. So yeah, guys, the greens do sell. This may take a while. And this will be something that we're going to be looking for today. See if we can get another one of these, because I don't know if I had any more of these on my other auction house tunes. And speaking of them, I did check them before I logged into Bofades here, and no sells over there. Let's go ahead and get this in the bag, see where we're starting today. All right, we are starting at 92,948 gold. Over 9% there. Oh, that's big time. Got me fired up for these runs. Let's go. Before we start, I'd like to highlight a few comments on YouTube. First one says, don't underestimate Vanguard legs. I sell them for 100k plus all the time. This is a comment about yesterday's video where I highlighted several other items that I got from the runs and neglected to mention that I got Vanguard leggings, and they were like the best item that I got through those 10 runs. I realized it later after editing, and I even made a comment on the video calling myself a clown for forgetting about them. But yeah, I'll try to do a better job of identifying my best items before I conclude the videos. Next comment says, everyone hush, my dungeon shows are on. I really relate to these kind of comments. Like when I'm watching something that I really enjoy, I tend to get a little frustrated at someone that's like interrupting it. I know you meant it as like a joke, but like on my second monitor here, if I have a YouTube series pulled up and someone comes in to talk to me, I'm hitting pause immediately. Next comment is from Gandalf the White. I arrived to this series neither late nor early, but precisely when I meant to. This pertains to a commenter saying that they got to this series too early and they ran out of videos to binge. I think at the end of the day, the content that we tend to end up liking the most finds us at the right time. Like for example, I've not had any interest in playing Hardcore WoW or even watching Hardcore WoW, but watching Patholerics play is both entertaining and kind of making me want to try it out. And the last comment of the day, I think you should do at least 20 runs per video, otherwise this series might drag to 2028. So I don't think it's going to drag if we're getting like 47k sells every other day, but I know what you mean. And I think it makes sense for me to give you some logistics real quick. So 10 runs is an hour of my real time. And then editing the video after that hour is like another 30 to 45 minutes of my real time, right? I'm not quite sure why I'm saying real time here. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So doing 20 runs would be 2 hours of just run time, and then potentially another 30 or 45 minutes of editing on top of that. So we're potentially looking at 4 hours of my day making just one video per channel, and I'm running 2 channels at the same time. So if I were to do that for Bofades here, Socrates would not have a video every day because I am a grown-up with responsibilities outside the game. And I have to admit, just be honest with all of you, I'm not a big fan of the editing process. It's like not as fun for me as actually playing the game. And right now it's sustainable. I think I can keep this up throughout the summer for sure, the amount of output that I'm putting out there. But when summer break is over and I'm back to work, we're gonna see a slight slowdown. All right, with all that out of the way, let's eat our fried bonefish. Let's start up Loot Appraiser. Let's get some more epics today, right? 2 epics yesterday was insane. Khan's helmet, 7k market value. Witch Doctor's cane. All right, we are going to be sending this off to some other auction houses. We already have 4. Jadefire Cloak, 5,900. So going back to the Witch Doctor's cane, outside of the 4 auction houses that are connected to this challenge, I have 12 others that I potentially can post that on. Yeah, I am monitoring 16 different auction houses on this account. And I know that sounds like a lot because it is. But farming and playing the auction house is like my end game in this game. I'm not an economist at all, but I'm extremely interested in economics as a field. And obviously I really love WoW. So this challenge is a blend of 2 things that I just really enjoy. Rage Claw belt, Mistcape wizard hat. Those are fun. The wizard hats tend to do pretty well. Griffin melt belt, all that Griffin stuff. I think we're full Griffined out across the warband. Oh, the Night Blade, another epic. This one is also juicy. We'll do a full breakdown on that later at the end of the episode. Gaia's slippers. Not sure these are good. They're okay. Warbringer's chest guard. Still no square holders though. Bloodwoven wraps. So we are still a very small channel, but we are starting to rack up the views a little bit on these videos. And based on comments and also based on auction house prices of these items, I think a lot of people that are stopping by this channel are now starting to do their own ZF runs, which I love to see, but there will be some consequences to this. And one of the primary consequences is that I might have a harder time selling some of the just like the mid-range greens from here. Warstrike cape. Plans for the light Earthforge blade, several of these. And if it's not obvious why I might have a harder time selling them, is just it's basic supply and demand, right? Imposing gloves. Because when I first started posting some of these items on some of the auction houses that I'm on, there were no other listings. First round of vendoring there was 407 gold. Bloodwoven boots. I think we're pretty close to having the full Bloodwoven set across all 4 auction houses. I think I've said that before, but yesterday when I looked, I think I'm just missing one piece on one auction house and 2 on another. Opulent Scepter, 145k market value. That is interesting. Someone asked me if I know about the boss and all the mobs at the top of the stairs. And I do. The reason that I'm skipping it is that Bofades here doesn't have a full speed set, and doing that would prevent me from getting 10 runs in an hour. Bloodforged shoulder pads, 10k market value. Ironhide bracers, 12k market value. Had to vendor again there, 484 gold. Jade legs. Jade legs. Let's go. Yes. That's our second pair of those, right? Highborn cloak. Those of you that do a lot of transmog farming, you guys can see the snowball forming, can't you? Warbringer's chest guard. Another vendoring session right there, 280 gold. Rage Claw shoulder pads. Merciless legs. These are really good. Praetorian wristbands, 11k market value. Jade belt, 15k market value. Had to vendor yet again, 132 gold. Going back to something that I said earlier about seeing more competition with greens, the Jade belt is one of those items. When I first started this challenge, there were none up on 3 of the 4 auction houses that I was going to be using for the challenge. And now they're up on 3 of the 4. Jade Fire Cloak. Is what it is, though. And it actually makes me happy that people are potentially playing the game more, or maybe doing this more. Merciless Surcoat, 62k market value. Griffin Mail Crown. Tyrant's Chest Piece. Alright guys, that does it for these 10 runs. Let's jump on our Grand Expedition Yak, sell some stuff, and see how we did. Alright, this is kind of a mess. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then we'll do some analysis after I'm done. Alright, I have disenchanted everything that I want to disenchant, and I have vendored all the greens that I do not want to sell on any of my auction houses, and this is what we're left with. Go in order in terms of what Loot Appraiser says. Opulent Scepter at number 1. When we take a look at this, it, looks like this. And when we look at it on Undermine Exchange, we see that there are 123 across US realms, 1,300 on the low end, 121k for the median. Which, by the way, don't let this stuff throw you off, because the grand shoulders that we sold for 47k, it said 711 gold right here, okay? It's like I've been saying, it just depends on where you sell things. It's like, you know how a bottle of water is like $2 at a gas station, but it's like $5 at a baseball game? It all depends on where you're selling this stuff. Anyway, this is on the low end on Storm Rage, Thrall, there's Moonguard right there. Where's Area 52? I kind of wanted to start looking at Area 52. 50k on Area 52, guys. See that? All right, next up, according to Loot Appraiser, is the Nightblade, our 1 epic of the day. And it looks like this. We've already kind of looked at it. All right, the low price on this guy is 35k, and it's across 119 realms. The median price is 110k, the low being Thrall, and I don't see Moonguard or Area 52 in the top list here. Going for 100k on Moonguard, and they're 7 up. And they got it for 134k on Area 52, and they're 3 up. So yeah, I am not going to be trying to do this business right here. This thing's going to be priced above 40k for sure, wherever I decide to post it. Next up is the Merciless Legs. They look like this. 161 across US realms, 5k on the low end, 91k for the median. There's Moonguard showing up in the top 3, 8k. Area 52 at 35. So decent item. The fact that it's 35k on Area 52, a full pop realm that is known for its transmog, kind of makes me feel good about having this item posted somewhere. And lastly, because it's one of my favorite items to farm, the Jade leg plates. They look like this. 196 across US realms, 5k on the low end, 84k is the median, 5k on Silver Moon, Moonguard at 17, Area 52 at 24. So not as valuable as they used to be, but still a very good item to have up on an auction house. And the rest of this stuff I need to sort through to see where I want to sell it. We did get 4 lock boxes, which I think we're at 50. I'll look at that later. If we are at 50, that will be included in the next episode. And I tend to highlight the disenchant mats. We did get 30 Greater Eternal Essence, which is kind of like in the medium range of what we typically get, right? 30 thick leather, 25 rugged leather, some cloth. We only got 1 fish today. We ended the day with 95,578 gold. We are almost 10% of the way there. So as always, if you enjoyed this sort of content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do what you'd like to do to engage with YouTube videos. This channel is gaining on Socrates' channel. Well, I say that, but in the last hour, that channel's gotten 25 more subs. So anyway, Bofades is trailing behind Socrates a little bit. So if you're enjoying these videos and you've watched several and you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so. About to hit a big milestone in this channel at 500 subs. So anyway, until next time, take care. See you soon.